Germination is a relatively simple process that can be done in multiple ways, each with its own unique benefits. At its core, all that's needed to germinate a hemp seed is to wet it. As water is absorbed by the embryo inside of the outer seed shell, it triggers the seed to sprout. The outer seed shell will also start to crack, revealing the taproot, which is the main root of the plant and used to help anchor the plant in place. As the taproot extends downwards, the rest of the seedling located inside the seed shell will start moving upwards until it breaks through the ground. It typically takes anywhere from a day to a week for the taproot to first appear out of the shell, and then another 3 to 7 days for the taproot to anchor itself into the soil before the seed can break through the topsoil. Because of this, a common technique to germinate hemp seeds is to do it above ground to verify that the seeds are viable first before burying them. And the most popular method of doing this is with the paper towel method. The paper towel method starts with putting a sheet of thick paper towel inside of a Ziploc bag, wetting the paper towel with some water so that the entire paper towel is wet, drain out any excess water, and then place the seeds inside of the bag on one side of the paper towel. Close up the Ziploc bag completely, and then keep the bag in a dark space at room temperature, which is around 70-80 degrees Fahrenheit. When in storage, place the paper towel seed side down, because when the seeds do germinate, the taproots will always try to grow downwards. And this way, the taproot will not try to grow through the paper towel. By not folding up the paper towel, you get to visibly see when the seeds have germinated. And between the wet paper towel and the high humidity inside of the Ziploc bag, the seed should have no problems triggering the germination process. If the environment is too cold, the bag can also be placed on top of a sun-cored seedling mat set to the low setting. Germinating a seed with this method also increases the chances of germination, because while most soils are able to retain and surround the seed with enough moisture to ensure that seed germinates when first watered, if the soil dries out too soon or contains a pocket of air around the seed, this can prevent the water from reaching the seed embryo, which will in turn not trigger the germination of a seed. Now, once a taproot first appears, it's best to bury it right away. This prevents the taproot from getting damaged, and it ensures that the root can start anchoring itself into the ground as soon as possible. When it comes to how deep to plant a hemp seed, it should be buried between 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch below the ground surface. Light can now also be introduced once the seeds are in the soil, as it will be needed when the seed breaks through the ground to guide it upwards.